Alright guys, welcome back to Mass Effect 3. And so, I believe we talked to James. Whoops. I guess I quick saved. Alright, let's go back. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff. We have to unite all the people together and do that sort of thing. Got some codex organizations. Let's see. The Blue Suns. We already read about the Blue Suns in the last game. Same with the Eclipse. And the Blood Pack. Okay. We have 4, but I believe I was saving up for either biotic charge or more fitness. There we go. Okay, we have... Oh, sorry, we need to... Man, I am forgetting what I have to do. Maybe I was just walking around. Get out of the way. The bartender's dancing. Let me see, did we talk to James?
Hey, Commander. Nice to see you down here in the dirt with us grunts.
You don't think I like getting dirty?
Oh, now, come on. I didn't mean anything by it, Loco.
Uh-huh. What'd you mean then?
See those Marines over there? None of them officers, just soldiers fighting a war.
Yeah?
They've been buying me drinks all night. You know why? Same reason they got all quiet and serious when you walked in.
You don't seem intimidated by me in the least. In fact, you could use a little more deference.
Sure, but I've fought with you. I've seen you in action. Now, don't get me wrong, you're good. Probably one of the best.
Probably.
But I know you're human. Just like me.
But not them?
Nope. Hell, I still remember the day they made you the first human Spectre. I watched it on the vids, just like all of them. But to them, you're still larger than life.
I've seen a hell of a lot, but I'm still just a soldier. I'm still one of them.
Sure, but they don't know you. They just know what they've been told. Listen, you want them to see you're one of us, right?
Maybe.
Then buy them around.
I like the way you think, Lieutenant.
Compadres, hey! The commander would like you to have a drink. On him. So here's to us.
Who's like us? Damn few. And they're all dead.
I'm not sure I should have done that.
Honor meeting you, Commander.
Thanks. But we're all in this together. Every one of us has a part to play.
True enough. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not bad, Loco. I was hoping you'd know that one.
Thanks for the warning.
Thanks for the drink.
You guys have a passion for the dancers. I want dancers.
Well, no. I'm telling you, I saw the look in his eye before we started off across that street. It was like, come and get me, Death.
Oh, come on.
Piece of shit.
Somewhere
But you're not getting anyone else.
Exactly. You're not getting anyone else.
Okay. I think we've talked to everybody here.
I hate being stuck here.
Let's go to Dr. Bryson's lab.
Nothing to do about it. We each stand duty in our own ways. At least your wife and
Wait.
kids went on that trip you mentioned twice.
Man, I'm just forgetting everything. I know we need to go to the embassy. Let's see what about the lab.
I want you to match this against all known locations and update the map. Then contact the field teams for a progress report.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Shepard. We've been expecting you. Just a moment. And Hadley, could you gather the Leviathan data for us? Apologies, Commander. The rest of my team is out investigating leads right now. I'm Dr. Garrett Bryson, and this is Task Force Aurora.
What's your assignment?
Our mandate is to investigate legends, rumors, old stories about the Reapers before anyone knew they existed.
That's an interesting goal. But is anyone doubting the Reapers exist these days?
The Alliance is still desperate for intelligence. Reaper motives, their operational tactics. Anything that can give us an edge.
And how did you wind up in charge?
When the rest of the galaxy says something doesn't exist, I take that as a chance to prove that it does.
So you're in it for the challenge?
For the truth. Even as late as 2148, humanity still thought aliens were a myth. That was within my lifetime. Once that myth was proven to be reality, our entire history changed.
Reapers were part of that reality too.
But even they have a history, Commander. If we could just uncover it, there may be a weakness we can exploit.
Could have used your help 3 years ago.
Yes. If people had paid more attention to your Prothean beacon, we might not be in this war. But now with new information we've uncovered, a breakthrough's near. Hadley, do you have the data?
No!
This is Commander Shepard. I need C-Sec at my location, now!
You shouldn't be here. The darkness can't be breached.
Transit records show his name is Derek Hadley. He's worked here for a couple months.
Shepard, I monitored a C-Sec alert from this location. Were you harmed?
I'm fine. But I could use your help sorting this out, Edie. Take a look through their files. I need to know what this task force was up to.
At once.
What? What's happening?
You tell me.
I was gathering our data when you arrived, and then it was dark. Cold. Like I was someplace else.
And then?
I don't know! A gun was in my hand. Dr. Bryson, there was a loud noise.
That was you shooting him.
I didn't do it, it wasn't me! You have to believe that.
So someone else pulled that trigger?
But I would never do that!
Commander, this does resemble reports of indoctrination.
Indoctrination? Me?
What about that Leviathan Bryson mentioned? How does that tie in?
It's some kind of creature. Our field teams have been tracking it. That artifact came in from our researcher, Garneau. He sent an audio log if you wanna...
What's wrong?
Turn back.
What are you talking about?
The darkness cannot be breached.
Damn it. Get him over to the clinic. See if they can tell us what's wrong with him.
Yes, sir.
Commander, You'll want to see this. It's an outgoing message from Dr. Bryson to Admiral Hackett.
Dr. Bryson, you have an update?
Admiral, the Leviathan of Dis that we've been investigating, I think we're really onto something.
Give me the brief.
About 20 years ago, the Batarians discovered a Reaper corpse that had died in battle. They covered it up and denied it ever existed. But I'm intrigued by the larger implication.
What could have killed the Reaper in the first place?
Exactly. That's the real Leviathan.
It's worth pursuing. Continue your investigation and update me on the progress.
There is also a follow-up message from a few weeks later.
Admiral, the Reapers are shadowing my field teams as if they're hunting Leviathan themselves. Whatever it is, I believe Leviathan is nothing less than a Reaper killer. Almost an apex predator, and it has them nervous. If we could just find it, imagine the impact on the war. I'm formally requesting assistance in tracking it down.
You'll have it. This is now your top priority, Doctor. Find that thing.
It appears we were meant to be that assistance.
Anything capable of killing a Reaper could do a lot of collateral damage.
Yet given the state of this conflict, I believe the saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend," may be relevant.
But we won't know unless we can find it.
Bryson's assistant did say they recently received a log from their field researcher. It may yield more information.
This must be the artifact the assistant mentioned. And here's the log.
Dr. Bryson, it's Garneau. I'm sending you an artifact I found. About the only thing I found there, in fact. Maybe it's nothing, but I'd swear Leviathan came through here. I'm gonna crunch some numbers. Burn up the rest of this project travel allowance. Maybe I can project our Reaper killer's movements. I'll check in when I get to the next site.
Garneau appears to be our best lead to track Leviathan, but he does not state a destination.
Let's focus on what he does say then.
He mentioned extrapolating Leviathan's path.
And crunching numbers. He wasn't flying blind. He had data.
A significant amount of data, judging by this office.
So how do we narrow it down?
Bryson and his colleagues evidently used a galaxy map search program in their hunt for Leviathan. It may help us locate Garneau.
Does this tell us where Garneau went?
No, but we may be able to narrow down his location if we find clues he was using in his search for Leviathan.
Okay. Before we do anything, we got some general stuff. Citadel Leviathan. Oh wait, did we get a codex? No, okay. Alright, let's see. What should we do for Edie? We have Incinerate and Decoy. Let's increase the duration. What the fuck?
Is this Prothean?
Yes. I believe Dr. Bryson and Liara would have had much to discuss.
Can you add a search filter for locations known to have Prothean ruins or artifacts?
Adding the search filter, you may examine the results on the Galaxy Map program.
Pistol cranial trauma systems. Oh, okay. SMG high velocity barrel. Pistol ultra light materials.
Sovereign, vanguard of our destruction. How's that working out for you, big guy?
Sir, this is Bryson. We know the Reapers are after Leviathan. Studying Reaper hunting patterns could be vital to finding it.
That data is classified top secret, Dr. Bryson. If it falls into the wrong hands...
It won't. The data's encrypted. I'll keep the decryption key safe. Close to my heart.
Close to his heart. What the hell does that mean?
The Reaper fleet activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the log.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart.
The Thorian, August 17th, 2185. The Thorian, a life form discovered on Pharos, provides fascinating insight into the life cycle of a truly alien species. Unlike conveniently intelligent life, it does not use mass relays. Prothean artifacts would not interest it. Commander Shepard claims that Reaper enemies cultivated life to evolve along lines they could predict. Using technology the Reapers controlled, the Thorian is an exception to that rule. It evolved to use organic tools rather than conventional technology. Leviathan must be somehow similar to have survived undetected for so long. The Thorian used pain conditioning to control its victims, using them as manual labor or even as a man would use his own hands and fingers. Commander Shepard claims that Reapers do the same thing through a different process called indoctrination. Whatever Leviathan is, it must do something similar.
Bryson was tracking unexplained creature sightings.
Bryson was not merely tracking sightings. He was attempting to extrapolate a course.
And Garneau could have been following that course. Edie, can you add a search filter for systems along that projected path?
Adding this search filter to the galaxy map.
Meteorite fragment, maybe?
He was studying it as an object of importance. We should look more closely at a sample.
Meteorite sample. With traces of element 0. Would Leviathan need ESO?
While it is not consumed as fuel during FTL travel, Element 0 will decay after several centuries of active use. If Leviathan is old enough, it would need to replenish its supplies.
Okay. Can you give me a search filter for locations with element 0?
Adding the search filter now.
SMG mass pulsar recoil, okay.
By Anne Bryson. Age 9.
Records indicate Anne is now 28. She works for the Alliance.
Bryson was keeping the encryption key close to his heart. What's closer than family?
An interesting hypothesis. But I detect no trace of the decryption key in this... art.
March 7th, 2186. I'm looking at the Rachni. Their movements during the Rachni Wars suggest alien influence. But the timing is wrong. And Rachni weren't implanted with Reaper tech. What if Leviathan was preparing the Rachni to fight the Reapers?
What do you think, Edie?
It is possible that Bryson's team is using ancient Rachni fleet activity to find Leviathan. If we can find data on the movement of ancient Rachni ships, it may help us narrow our search. Those appear to be sightings of ships that match Rachni signatures.
Can you add a cross-reference for locations of sightings?
Adding it now.
Okay, nothing in the bathroom. Good. Alright, do we have anything else in here?
These are all murders in which the accused lacked a known motive and claimed memory loss.
Just like Bryson's assistant. You think Garneau was following a trail of blackout crimes?
It is possible. We need to find data matching dates and locations for crimes of this nature.
Here's the time and date chart for the crimes. Can you filter for murders where the killer claimed memory loss?
Doing so now.
Okay, I think that's probably everything.
Prothean artifacts.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Element 0 deposits.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Arachnite activity.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Blackout crimes.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Alien sightings.
No results.
What?
Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
So we can deactivate them. Okay, let me see. Search his lab for clues to Garneau's whereabouts. Is there something I missed?
The Reaper fleet activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the log.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart. By Anne Bryson, age 9.
Records indicate Anne is now 28. She works for the Alliance.
Bryson was keeping the encryption key close to his heart. What's closer than family?
An interesting hypothesis.
Weird
but I
that we
detect
can...
no trace of the decryption key in this...
Oh, we can go upstairs.
art.
I did not go upstairs. Previously.
Another piece of Anne Bryson's childhood art.
Wait a minute. Well, take a look at that.
I can use these numbers to construct a decryption key.
All right, let's get back to the data pad we found earlier.
Okay. I thought it was weird that we could go back to that.
Dr. Bryson, per your request, I'm clearing Task Force Aurora for intercepted Batarian communications regarding the Leviathan of Dis.
Commander, the Dreadnought is in custody, but the Solarians may have surveillance footage. Our ambassador will issue a full denial. Give me your preliminary analysis. Several million years old at least, and its technology outstrips anything on the Council. Excellent. Our scientists will work day and night to bring its secrets to the hegemony. One concern, Commander. The real Leviathan of Dis, the thing that destroyed the ship, is still out there, unaccounted for. Irrelevant. The ship is our priority. And as far as the rest of the galaxy is concerned, there is no Leviathan of Dis. There never was.
Decryption complete. Analyzing data. These movements do not match the standard invasion pattern. The Reapers are searching for something.
And I'll bet Garneau used this intel. Can you make a search filter for it?
Of course.
There we go. Knew there was one missing.
Reaper activity?
Based on the search results, Garneau is in one of these 5 systems. I have marked the Normandy map with possible locations. We can leave now, unless you wish to further narrow the search.
I don't think we can. Goodbye, head. Alright. Presidium Commons? I think that's where we needed to go. Okay. Someone in the apartments, bank. This is the bank, right? Yeah, okay. I don't think I've been here.
So, you want us to enlist as soldiers? Isn't there anything else we can do?
The military needs everyone they can get.
None of us knows how to fight.
You two could save lives by helping doctors in the refugee camps.
Thanks? Who was that?
The first human Spectre?
Wow, Commander Shepard?
Yeah, and it's good advice. Let's sign up as Med-10 volunteers. How's that sound?
Much better than shooting myself in the foot with a rifle.
Overcharging for goods, denying refugees basic services. It seems the Reapers took our culture when they took our world. The Book of Plenix demands charity and forgiveness of debts in times of war. Of course, the Book of Plenix was lost on our home world, and now our people have lost their way.
Okay.
Welcome to Kanala Exports.
Okay, we got some gun mods, Blood Dragon armor again, which is 50 grand. Arcana Knight.
At Kanala Exports, we believe that a peaceful heart is a strong heart.
Fish. Got fish.
Thank you for shopping at Kanala Exports. Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
Whoa.
Elkos Combine. If it exists, we carry it.
Any opened goods can only be returned for store credit.
Don't be left out in the
Ooh,
cold.
aquarium.
Ask about our full service
With so many
warranties.
exotic species of fish available in today's galactic market, it takes an expert to maintain an ideal aquarium. This VI automatically dispenses food, adjusts the temperature, pH and algae content of the water, and even talks to the fish when you're not around, leaving you free to enjoy your aquatic friends without fear of killing them.
Any opened goods can only be returned
Might
for
as
store
well.
credit. Thank you. Come again.
I wouldn't go to the settled worlds. Larger colonies appear to be priority targets. If you're coming to the Citadel, do it soon. Certainly. Look me up. Business will keep me here for some time.
What? Alright, so you got an elevator.
I'm ready to end it with him.
Things weren't great even before he deployed, and if I pretend to be happy over the vids...
If we switch from financial VIs to military gear, we'll lose millions.
Who cares about the money? Haven't you heard the news from
Okay. Upstairs. And I do realize that Leviathan is a DLC.
Quick, hands behind your back. We'll be here in a minute.
What the hell are you talking about?
Crete, Bloodpack's leader. Arya brings him the great Commander Shepard. Crete pledges the gang to her. We're just luring him into the open so we can take him out.
Not the best start to our friendship, Gnarl.
He's coming. Put your hands behind your back and try to look like I beat you up or something.
This better be on the up and up.
Quiet.
Arya to look even more powerful than Crete thought. Her instructions on boarding Citadel undetected were one thing. Now this. Commander Shepard, want you to know, your head will be hood ornament on my personal shuttle.
Keep your distance, Crete. So, do you agree to Arya's terms?
Most definitely. Arya can use Bloodpack as she sees fit.
Wasn't talking to you, Crete. Grill?
What? You have my word. Now open fire!
Not him. Grill's next in line to take over. Arya's deal is with him.
Yes. Yes. I'm Arya's mole, Shepard. You've scratched my back. Now I'll scratch yours.
Word of advice. Don't double-cross Arya.
I may be ambitious, but I'm not crazy.
Uh-huh. Good work, Gnarl. Thanks for the gun.
Anytime, Shepard. Grill and I will let Arya know the light is green.
Okay. Can't go in any of the apartments. Alright then. Let's go back down. What's over there? Can we go? What the hell? I don't think it's anything, but we'll check just in case. Yeah.
If we switch from financial VIs to military
Thinking of going? To Sanctuary, I mean. I think I can do this anymore.
Okay. What do we have? 3 is Apollo's Cafe, or we have Liara. Let's go down there.
Still working?
One call leads to another, and here I was hoping I'd have time to enjoy the view. The last time I saw the Presidium, remember how it was all rubble after Sovereign attacked?
I barely got to see the Presidium before half of it got crushed.
And by the time they repaired it, it was time for the next invasion. Citadel hasn't seen the reality of this war yet. We should stock up on necessities while we can.
Such as?
ESO, heavy arms, mercenary groups.
We'll get the people. Take a moment for yourself now and then.
I know. But there's always just one more task or meeting. Speaking of which, talk to the Volus, Barlavan. He'll point you to some mercenaries willing to join us.
I just did.
We've got to keep Jake in daycare. He should be socializing with other children.
I remember you two. Michael and Rebecca, right? Listen, do whatever is best for your family. Just do it soon. Things are bad out there.
We will.
And thank you.
Okay, yeah. Barlavon's all the way back down there. Damn it. Alright, let's just go back to him really quick. I was wondering why I didn't really... No, like, we could talk to him, but nothing happened.
Commander Shepard. It's been some time. Barlavon, in case you've forgotten. Financial advisor. And an acquaintance of Admiral Anderson. I admire the courage it took for him to stay and fight on your home world.
You used to be an agent for the Shadow Broker.
I still am. The broker has been exceedingly busy lately. A team of his guards have become stranded in a Reaper-controlled territory. Rescue the guards, and they're yours. The Shadow Broker fully supports your efforts against the Reapers.
I appreciate the information.
Just don't wait too long to act on it. The Reapers are advancing all too quickly. Come see me once you've completed the extraction. I'll be in my office a while longer. The galactic market is in considerable flux.
Okay. Now I wonder just how long we actually have until we can't do that one anymore.
If we switch from financial VIs to military gear, we'll lose millions. Who cares about the money? Haven't you heard?
Oh, damn it.
That's what your army is for. Nothing's going to reach the Citadel. We need to start manufacturing military tech. Nobody will need maintenance longer if these Reapers win. If we switch from financial VIs to
I've seen Palaven burning. Those fires aren't going out anytime soon. If you can help.
Look, Cyrus, you want to sell your shares and walk fine, but I'm not selling financial VIs while my homeworld burns.
Okay, let me think. We could repurpose the VIs for upgraded targeting solutions.
Right. We'd be able to use most of the hardware. The financial VI has more processing power than we need.
No, that works. We'll rig the VI and it translates for all standard weapons. Refit weapons without having to overhaul your targeting computer. Rapid response flexibility. We'll make a fortune.
A small fortune. We're selling these at cost plus 3%.
Fine.
Okay, helping out a little bit at a time.
This is problematic. We must find a way to stabilize the heating units so the water temperature can remain steady. The colony's location is hardly ideal for our species. The clutch will be imperiled if we do not act soon. Of course, I will do everything I can do to help. We are family. The extreme weather conditions may require technology that is not readily available on the market.
Alright, nothing in CSEC. Let's see, where are we now? To our right, we have the marketplace, and then Edie and Joker are here. What?
I'm afraid I can't help you.
But your manager said you could give me a refund if I made an appointment.
Look, he's not gonna leave. The sooner you refund him, the sooner you go home.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get this over with. Here, I've sent you a full refund.
Really?
Yes.
You mean it?
Of course I do.
A full refund?
Yes, congratulations. The whole 15 credits.
Oh, wow.
Hey, thanks.
Welcome to Agor Munitions.
Okay, so
Our customer service specialists are
nothing crazy here.
Welcome to Cypertine Armory.
All Citratine Armory products include a lifetime guarantee for performance. See our extranet site for details.
Welcome to the Citadel gift
Dude, just
shop.
standing out
All
right in the
proceeds
middle.
from today's purchases go toward the Turian.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods.
Guns, okay.
All licensed
Model
huntresses may
Citadel.
apply for a professional
Gotta get
discount.
it. Why would the armor, though, that we had in the second one now suddenly not be with
Shoot
us?
smart. Good hunting.
That kind of
Nosastra.
really sucks.
Excuse me? Oh, I didn't. Well, I just.
My husband is risking his life to protect us right now.
I'm so sorry. That was thoughtless and. I'm so sorry.
No, I understand. Sometimes I'm surprised myself. Anyway, would you like to make a purchase?
Yes, of course. Anything for our troops.
Welcome to Casa Fabrication Weaponry.
Oh, here's the Inferno armor.
Proceeds from
Casa
all
Fabrication
purchases go to
Weaponry
help
hasn't
our
forgotten
men and
Earth.
women serving in
Neither
the
should you.
Alliance.
Hello, Shepard.
You look like you're gathering data.
That is a safe assumption.
Anything big and world-shaking? Man's inhumanity to man? Does objective reality exist? That kind of thing?
I was running scenarios in my head to analyze Jeff's behavior. I believe he has a strong affectionate attachment to me, but he has not stated it to anyone yet. Shepard, you have first-hand sexual experience. How do you know when someone is romantically invested?
They'll usually show signs they can't stop thinking about you. You know, asking you out, giving you presents, maybe playing music.
I lack material wants other than hardware and software upgrades, and my core programming does not assign values to music. Perhaps we could discuss how to provoke Jeff into an emotional commitment.
That's not how to think of it. It's got to be natural. You need chemistry.
I see. There are a number of pharmaceuticals I could inject to simulate the desired emotional state.
No, I mean relax and do something you both like. Something simple. For example, you both like humor.
Correct. I will see if there are comedic entertainment shows being presented on the Citadel. Scanning. Do you think he would like The Man Who Hung Himself? It appears to be about an amorous plastic surgeon.
Edie, the important thing is to have a good time wherever you go. And if you're having fun, he probably will too.
Then the outcome is an unknown quantity. But you are saying I should attempt it anyway.
Nobody ever fell in love without being a little bit brave.
I see. I believe you have improved my chances, Shepard. Thank you.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Hey, Joker, I didn't even see you there.
Hey, Commander, check it out. Big news! The Blasto movie is breaking opening week records. There's also a big expose on Quasar tournaments, tips on how to make your apartment look bigger, and, oh yeah, a big-ass Reaper invasion. These people have no idea.
When big events shake up the galaxy, people cling to what's familiar.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It's better than riots in the streets.
I guess. I just wish there were a middle ground. You know, a little less gardening advice, a little more war prep.
It'll happen. Once there's something people can do to help.
Meanwhile, they ignore the unshackled AI walking around the Presidium.
She run into any trouble?
No, she's my mobility assistance mech. Thanks to Vrolic syndrome, I'm legally entitled to bring her everywhere. Finally getting some use out of those disability benefits.
I'm sure she appreciates getting out to see the sights.
Ah, she's earned a little shore leave.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop. All proceeds.
I have noticed many displays of public affection on the Citadel. The rate seems disproportionately high.
Everybody could die tomorrow, Edie. Hooking up is one of the few things they can do.
I wonder if this is how the Krogan feel.
No, actually, my husband's a
I have spoken with many Batarian refugees here, Shepard. It may interest you to know that they are much more agreeable when the hegemony is no longer watching. Excuse me, Shepard. I'm looking through files and videos of human behavior. I have 1.24 million windows open, but your request is important to me. Please hold. Is it time to return to the Normandy? I'm getting propositioned with increasing frequency.
Okay. That's pretty good. Oh wait. Oh, I could have just went down there. Oh, damn it. I did not know that. Still says we can talk to Liara.
Hello, Shepard. Nice to see you. I missed this place.
Can't talk to her. Alright, let's go ahead and... God, are we supposed to go to the Presidium?
Welcome, Commander Shepard.
Holding area, Citadel
Select the
embassies, yeah.
destination. One moment.
Because we went to the hospital first, then we went down to where we just are. Or just were. Yeah. Okay. So we're right here, we're close to 4. Is there anything over here though?
Yes, his squad did return. I fully understand the situation. Of course I read through the names of the dead every day, but... Please! Please. A few more minutes of searching could mean a lifetime of peace for my family.
Someone in your family is MIA?
My son Bilal. And bureaucratic compassion seems to be in short supply. I am Ambassador Dominic Osoba. My son's squad returned from their mission on Benning without him. I found them drinking, but they won't even look me in the eye. I can offer a bounty for any information. If Bilal's alive, we want him home. If he's dead, then we can begin to mourn him.
If I find anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you. Either way, you will set my mind at ease.
According to the Council,
Okay.
these galaxy-wide attacks are part of a massive and organized invasion plan.
I can't take your word on this.
The same term was used by a disgraced Commander Shepard to refer to a theoretical enemy. The Alliance military has abandoned the Hades Gamma cluster to incoming...
Good morning. I'm not sure why. There was something important I had to do.
Oh, are you looking for someone, ma'am?
Maybe. I have these papers, but I'm not sure why.
Here, why don't I take care of these for you? Would that help?
Yes. Yes, please. You know, you remind me of someone. My son. He's dating an Asari. She looks remarkably like you do. He's so very happy.
Thank you. That's wonderful, ma'am.
Oh, what's going on there? She's starting to have memory loss, perhaps?
Shepard, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Here to talk about you releasing Jonas Sedaris.
Damn, you too? Somebody got the council to order her release. I'm delaying as best I can. What's your stake in this?
It's classified.
That's a fancy way of saying mind your own business. Look, there's no way I'm letting that psychopath out. The woman's unstable and a clear public threat.
What makes you think she's crazy?
She was a ruthless sadist before she got caught. Her imprisonment has cracked the shell off the nut.
Maybe freedom will improve her.
She rages day and night, Shepard, calling for the deaths of all Eclipse enemies. No, freedom will only give her the chance to kill.
I'd like access to her to judge for myself.
Sure thing. I'm sure you'll agree. Then maybe the Council will listen to you and rescind the order. Go to the C-Sec outpost. My assistant will connect to Sidera's cell from there. Then call me back.
Earth Counselor, what is this one? Oh, okay. I remember being here. Citadel entry authorization. Instructors at Grissom Academy have requested facilities on the Citadel to train young students who escaped the attack on the school, but who are not yet ready to join the older students in combat. Citadel authorities will find room for the students if a Spectre approves the request. Authorize. Buy the camp interface tech. Enter that's shooting range. No thanks.
Shepard?
I should go.
Huh.
I'll be here.
I guess there wasn't anything there. Okay, so where? Who's this one?
Commander Shepard, John Dumbao, Special Tactics and Recon. I've got intel suggesting that high-level Hanar officials may be indoctrinated.
That's a damning accusation. What have you got?
Evidence of an Alliance Black Ops team raiding a Batarian research station. The Batarians were studying Reaper technology.
The Batarians had Reaper technology?
The Alliance raid turned into a massacre, and the humans ended up with nothing. Your people faked a power failure to hide the incident.
The Batarians would have gone to war if they'd found out. But how does this implicate the Hanar?
They maintained discreet gray market trade relationships with the Batarians, and led the Alliance to the station. We suspect those Hanar operatives escaped with Batarian tech. If your reports on the Reapers are accurate, they could already be indoctrinated.
What's your source on all this?
It was an anonymous gift, but I believe it came from a thief named Kasumi Goto. I've been after her for years.
Kasumi? You're hunting a thief?
A master thief. Her intelligence and skill are almost Solarian.
I'm sure she'd appreciate praise from the Spectre who's chasing her down.
I only need her data. I admire her personally. And since she sent me this, I assume her feelings are mutual.
What do you need me to do?
The Hanar operative is now a diplomat on the Citadel. I don't have a public name, and the Hanar will go to ground if I make a formal inquiry.
So we're hunting.
I'm tracking suspicious transmissions to the Hanar homeworld. I could use your help.
Let me see what I can dig up at the Spectre office.
Thanks, Shepard. And for the record, not everyone doubted your concerns about the Reapers. I just hope we're not too late.
So, remember when you helped me get KG's gray box from Donovan Hawk? The one with information that could start a war?
Information like an Alliance Black Ops raid on a Batarian research lab?
I figured it wouldn't hurt to leak it now. Especially if there really is an indoctrinated jellyfish out there. Crazier than usual. If you don't mind me tagging along cloaked, maybe I can help you dig up some dirt on the Hanar.
I'd appreciate it.
Hanar Embassy tracking. Spectre level access codes can bypass privacy settings and track financial data, transit records, and personal communications for all employees in the Hanar Embassy. To avoid triggering surveillance countermeasures, embassy files must be accessed on site. Nav points of consoles or access points with relevant information will be tagged on the Spectre's Omni tool. Enable.
Shepard, I'm checking security reports. Can you track the transfers coming from the Hanar Embassy?
On it.
Bao's got a good plan. Hanar are predictable. Anything suspicious in their terminal use should narrow down our list of suspects.
So you approve of Bao?
Absolutely. He's a good Spectre. The galaxy needs more like him.
And the fact that he's trying?
Well, nobody's perfect.
All right. Find evidence of the Hanar in the Presidium embassies. Okay, so we need to go back down there. No, wait, we're at the embassies. So we need to go to a terminal.
Azari intelligence is reporting sightings of Reaper forces in Celia Nebula and the Nimbus cluster. Ilium is under attack, although the Asari colony is across the galaxy from Calvin and Earth. According to the Council, these galaxy-wide attacks are part of a massive and organized invasion plan.
I think terminal as like computer, but it's this.
Bao, I have some possible hits. Got some strange money transfers on Balone, and Daloon is sending a lot of data.
Balone's clean. His money transfers are to support his mistress. Not sure about Oloon. I'll pull his bio.
I'll check Oloon's personal records and pull his recent messages.
Can I just note how odd it is for a Hanar to have a mistress?
You know, if Bao catches up with you, I can grant you immunity.
What, if I join up? Last time I did that, you wrote me into a suicide mission.
I didn't say you had to join up.
You were working your way around to it.
Okay. Where'd it go? Here we go. So we'd find evidence in the Presidium embassies, which is here. Let's see.
Yes, his squad did return. I could, but they ignore me.
We can't go in here, right? Well, there's the Hannah.
But what I need is proof. I can't take your word on this. Tell me, but those assumptions merely leave my...
Not yet.
My apologies. Thank you for
The Council called the invaders Reapers, the same term once used by a disgraced The Alliance military has abandoned the Hades.
Okay, so there's nothing on the Hannah over here. Do we have to go back to this area each time we find something, maybe? No. Okay, that's where we need to be.
The Asari colony is across the galaxy from Paladin and Earth. The invading force appears to be the same that attacked...
Welcome, Commander Shepard.
Alright, here we go.
One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
Okay, so we need 5.
Have you decided how to tell him?
I don't know. A text message is so impersonal. He's off risking his life. He deserves more than that. I could record something, but I hate leaving vid messages. I always get flustered.
Maybe you need a script.
Or maybe I need to get him on a vid call so I can do it face to face.
Who knows when he'll be deployed somewhere with an open comm channel. He knew it'd be hard to communicate when he left you here.
Man, you look horrible.
I'm willing to bet you look worse than I do.
Yeah, well, did you hear about the chemical fire and those kids from level E24 that they brought in last night?
Yeah, I was there when they brought them in.
Shit. I am so sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. Look, if you need anything...
I don't want to talk about it.
I've connected with Jonas Sedaris in her cell, Commander. You can speak with her via that console.
Thanks. We'll need some privacy.
Of course. When you're done, you can also contact Commander Bailey from that terminal.
Who's that spying on me now? Ah, I see. Good. Arya's indentured servant has finally come to deliver me to freedom.
I want to talk with you before I secure your release.
Bullshit. You have no choice. And when I get out, heads will roll. Oh, yes. You've killed a lot of my people. Don't think I've forgotten that.
You have to move on.
And I will, once all my enemies are dead. I love holding all the cards. Even in here, you must deal with me. I have all the power.
Is that right?
Yes, Sane, my second-in-command, is a weak-willed toady. If he had balls, he'd leave me to rot and take control himself. But he won't defy me. He knows better. Now get me out of here, Shepard. Tell Bailey to release me.
Bailey, I've seen Sedaris.
So she's crazy, right? It would be ridiculous to let her out.
She's a menace. Let me try to make this problem go away.
Sounds good. I'll hold the line until I hear from you.
Alright. Alright, so Doc's holding area. That's where we need to go next.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please. One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay E-24. Emergency.
Val, Olun's doing some heavy lobbying for the Hanar to support the war effort.
So he's clearly not indoctrinated. Who's opposing him?
An unnamed Hanar recently posted here from Kage. I'll check transfer.
It all comes down to the war, and you trying to pull everyone into it.
Would you rather the Reapers win?
I'd rather spend whatever time I have left with KG.
KG wouldn't want you to spend all your time plugged into that thing.
Well, he shouldn't have died then.
Please, my family's on board.
Sure you can't squeeze in a few more people, officer?
And who the heck are you? Oh, Commander Shepard. If that's what you think, I'll find them some room.
So my family can dock?
Commander Shepard says your family's cleared. Just tell them to hurry.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you so much.
Reports suggest he has also offered an invitation to the crew.
The hell? I have never been down here.
Excuse me, what was your name again?
Victor.
Christophe Vasseur. Good to meet you. How long have you been here?
I don't know. I'm not in there.
I don't know how long it was since I escaped Lyon. Do you know Lyon?
No. We have faced adversity and overcome.
Welcome to Batarian State Arms.
Harpoon gun. Okay.
Stand strong for your people with Batarian State Arms.
Wait, what was that last one?
Batarian State Arms.
Assault rifle
Batarian State
omniblade.
Arms. Defending the hegemony.
That's pretty cool. A disgraced Commander Shepard.
Let's check on those Metagel supplies.
Alright, we got two guys over there we can talk to. Let's just make
Have you
sure.
heard anything from the hospital? Keep on it. Some of these wounded don't have much time.
We don't have anything else. There's a terminal, and that's it. Okay.
I've got a list of new Hanar arrivals, pal. Forwarding it to you.
Damn. The
On it. Maybe we'll find names there.
So how's the rest of the gang? Met up with anybody else?
Garrus is helping out on the Normandy.
He never could pass up a good fight. What about Jacob?
Haven't heard from him.
See, Jacob could have gotten me back onto the Normandy.
I thought you were happy with your memories of KG.
Hey, I'm nostalgic, not dead.
Alright.
We just got a report that another ship made it off Caliban.
Men, get ready for trouble.
Not here for that, Sane. Just want to talk about Jonas Sedaris' release.
Oh, you're the one coordinating that, right? My idea, you know. Arya came to me looking to gain Eclipse support. I'm leveraging it to bust the boss out.
Sane, you should run Eclipse.
Huh?
You can do it. Leave Sedaris locked up and make the deal with Arya yourself.
Arya would be a step up. And you think she'd let me run things?
I don't see why not.
Right. Right. Then that's the plan. Keep Sedaris in jail. I'll call Arya right away.
Good man.
What about the food we were promised? It's been allocated to the Presidium. Then contact Commander.
You have a copy of a Shepard VI?
Tell him
yeah.
Garrus
The
Vicarian
one
would
based on that
consider
war
it a personal
hero?
favor if
We
he
locked
could
it after some kids
reallocate the
spilled soda
shipment so
over the
these people
hardware.
don't starve.
I'll unlock it, but we've only got the demo version working.
What?
Shepard,
What's happening?
we convinced the Council to accept our wounded. Nowhere else to go.
How bad is it?
More dead than injured. 85% killed in action. We'll need a morgue soon. Not a lot of flesh wounds when you're fighting Reapers.
Casualties are that high?
Our frontline units are being wiped out, whole platoons at a time. A single Reaper can destroy 9 or 10 of them in one attack.
That's not war, it's slaughter.
They're called Reapers for a reason. And these guys found out why.
Do what you can for them.
A few of them might get back on their feet, but the rest... Sympathy is about all we can offer.
Any sign of your family?
Not yet, but I keep hoping. What about you? I'm starting to see some wear and tear.
I won't lie. It's been rough.
Well, don't forget to come up for air. There's a lot more war to go.
Wow. Arya wasn't kidding. The great Commander Shepard on a leash.
I'm here for my own reasons, Vosk.
Oh, sure you are. Anyway, tell her I'm impressed, but to do business, I still need my little problem taken care of.
Which is?
The Turian general named Oraka has it out for the Blue Suns. He's raising a stink over our activity in this sector. I'll commit my gang to Arya as soon as Oraka's dead.
There must be more to Oraka's complaint.
We're just making little raids along trading routes. With Arya's blessing, I might add. Oraka's just some military fossil who came out of retirement to relive the glory days and justify his existence. Losing him won't affect your war in the least, but gaining the Blue Suns, well, you know our work.
You seriously think I'll assassinate a Turian general?
Arya seems to think so. Or else, why would she send you? She knew the price. The two of you work it out. Oh, and, tell Arya I still expect her blue ass in bed with me.
What is it, Shepard?
You knew about this?
Can you be more specific?
Darner Vosk expects me to kill General Oraka.
Who cares what Vosk wants? What he needs is for Oraka to stop disrupting his operations. I figured you'd talk to Oraka, see if you can get him to lay off. And if he won't listen to reason, call me, and I'll take care of it.
I don't see the distinction.
The distinction is that I'm giving you the chance to save his life.
Why didn't you just tell me this yourself?
Vosk needed to see you, needed to realize who he's dealing with. Plus, if I have to suffer that scumbag staring at my tits one more time, I might have to kill him.
Yeah, he mentioned...
That I'm going to sleep with him? We all have our delusions.
Okay. Oh.
Good to meet you. I'm Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy. Extranet says you're Alliance military. Take care of yourself out there, officer. There's nothing this galaxy can't beat if we all work together. Except the Reapers. Ever see the size of one of those things? My personality matrix can predict what the real Commander Shepard would say with 7% accuracy. I come pre-installed with a flight sim of the SSV Normandy. Got any pets? You look like a Varren person. Always nice to see you. Hey again. Anyone ever tell you you're one hell of a looker, soldier? Don't be a stranger.
I don't really sound like that, do I?
Extranet says you're Alliance military. Take care of yourself out there.
Alright. 7%. Man, you can't get any better than that.
Asari intelligence is reporting sightings of Reaper forces in the Salian Nebula and the Nimbus cluster.
Alright, what terminal? To the left.
Shepard, the Council withdrew the release order for Sideris. Arya Tolok, of all people, got him to do it. Crazy.
You can say that again.
Thanks for your help, Shepard.
Val, here's the correspondence. If there's any mention of soul names.
I've got it. A recent arrival. Zemandis. Sole name regards the works of the Enkindlers in despair. He was with the Alliance team that massacred the Batarians. He's been on special research assignment ever since.
So he got his tentacles on some Reaper tech.
Looks that way. I'm sending you the nav point for his office. I'll meet you there.
Okay. Alright, so the Presidium comms is we need to get to General Oraka.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination. One moment, please.
Alright.
Now arriving
I
at
said that
Presidium
number
Commons.
4, the courtyard. Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter how I do it. I just need to tell him about us.
Ilium is under attack. Although the Asari colony is across the galaxy from Paladin and Earth.
Commander Shepard.
General Oraka. I think we met in Korra's den. You were pretty miserable, if I recall.
Yes. Neck deep in drink just before I retired. I'm clean now. Reinstated.
I hear you're taking on the Blue Suns.
I need to do my part for the Citadel, Commander. The Blue Suns are raiding C-Sec weapons shipments. I'm putting a stop to that. Those mercs are seriously jeopardizing the Citadel's ability to defend itself if the war comes here. When the war comes here.
There are other ways to secure weapons, General.
You don't think I've tried? There's a black market dealer on Citadel right now, but he won't sell his top-line arms. The Reapers are destroying everything in their path, and I can't stop them. But I can stop the Blue Suns.
Let me see what I can do for you.
I'd appreciate your help, and I'll have a plan of action ready if things fall through.
According to the Council, these galaxy-wide attacks are part of a massive organized invasion plan.
Mechanic. For some reason I remember who that is.
One of the universities is supposed to send in more residents to help with all the new refuge.
The Alliance military has abandoned the Hades Gamma cluster to incoming Reaper forces.
Look, Commander, I don't want any trouble. I'm authorized to sell here, and all my arms are legal, see?
These are lightweight weapons. Where's your top-end inventory?
Shit, you slumming for C-Sec too? I already got harassed by the old Turian with a bad attitude. Yeah, I got much better stuff, but it's off the market. Galaxy's going belly up. Credit won't mean anything once the Reapers rip through.
So what exactly are you saying?
Whatever happens, I figure there'll be survivors, but it'll be chaos. I'm betting things will run on a barter system. So I'm getting a jump. My best stock only trades for hard goods and artifacts with real value.
So, what gets me access to your top shelf?
Heh, Turian just waved credits in my face and spat on it. Nice to see you have flexibility. If you find any rare pieces when you're out saving the galaxy, bring them back. Then I'm happy to share my top stock with C-Sec, no problem. Outside of that, I gotta stick to my guns. Credits don't talk with me, Commander. C-Sec wants my top of the line. You gotta come through with a couple of artifacts.
Welcome to Cippertine Armory.
We appreciate your visit.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop. All proceeds.
Did I look here?
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
Thank you for shopping at Nosastra Sporting Goods.
I really appreciate management doing it. My husband's away on duty right now.
So, artifacts.
Commander, unless you can find a new source of weapons for C-Sec, I'm putting together a task force to stop the Blue Suns myself.
I'll get you your weapons, General.
I appreciate the effort, but I've spent too much time out of action, Commander. Won't be able to sit on my hands much longer.
According to the Council, these galaxy-wide attacks are part of a massive and organized invasion plan.
Okay, so. Okay, might be 5 is where we need to go next. Miranda. Oh shit. So the embassies.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at
Okay, so exit and go left.
Yes, I've spoken to you.
Oh wait, no, that's this guy, isn't it?
Continues as the Reapers occupy most of Paladin. It appears
If
that
it's
Turian
possible that my
forces
son
may
Belaz
No,
is
okay.
alive, I will not rest until he's found.
Probably looking for that. Oh, here he is.
suggest he has also offered an invitation to the
See, I knew we were looking for this guy.
Zamandis?
Or should I say, regards the works of the Enkindlers in despair?
It seems this one has been apprehended, but confinement is irrelevant. The work of the Enkindlers cannot be stopped.
Why are you trying to help the Reapers?
We obtained information regarding the Enkindlers from classified sources.
The Enkindlers? You mean the Protheans?
Yes. As you are aware, Commander Shepard, the Protheans eventually became the Collectors, and the Collectors served the Reapers.
You have got to be kidding me.
Therefore, as a faithful servant of the Enkindlers, we too must serve the Reapers.
You big, stupid jellyfish.
You know, I support religious freedom for all species, but that's just crazy.
Your skepticism does not matter. When the Enkindlers uplift us as their chosen sapients, the galaxy will bear witness.
You're insane, and we can't allow you to endanger your planet. We're taking you into custody.
Your belief in your victory is mistaken. Our planetary defense network is largely automated. It can be disabled with a single virus, which I have just uploaded.
Damn it. Wait. A virus would be detected unless sent on low-priority channels, which have a time lag. I may be able to block the upload.
You may be delayed.
Help him! I'll handle this! Got it. Upload's disabled. Looks like we're in the... Wait. He's got some kind of failsafe. Get down!
She was here the entire time.
She was an old friend.
I intended to arrest her.
She helped me take down the Collectors. And she just gave her life to save the Hanar homeworld.
What?
Point taken. It was an honor to work with you, Shepard. When the time comes, I'll be there to return the favor. With a few friends.
You can come out now.
Okay.
How'd you know?
I was gonna say.
Lucky guess.
There's no way you're recruiting me to fight in a galactic war.
The Crucible Project needs technical experts.
I'm not a scientist.
No, but you're the best thief in the galaxy, and you can hack unfamiliar technology better than anyone. They could use your help. And think of it. All that expensive tech just lying around. It's not like they're gonna check your pockets at the end of the project.
You say the nicest things. All right. I'm in. And Shep. Nice working with you again.
Kasumi Goto. Okay, that's it. I was gonna be like, no way that they just pop her up for 5 seconds and then she dies to an exploding computer.
It never rains, but it pours, eh, Shepard?
That bad, huh?
Things here are getting tense. So many refugees scuttling about, rumors flying about the war. People are walking around eyeballing each other, and we can't keep up with the reports on suspicious behavior.
It'll probably get worse before it gets better, Bailey.
Yeah, if it ever gets better.
Okay. I was making sure we didn't have something to say about the weapons and stuff.
The invaders Reapers, the same term once used by a disgraced Commander Shepard to refer to a...
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
It's the holding area, right? Bay D-24, okay.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay D-24.
Council races, and reports suggest he has also offered an invitation to the Krogan.
Shepard.
So, you're just signing it behind enemy lines.
Commander Shepard. It's been far too long. We live in interesting times.
A little too interesting.
I couldn't get anywhere near you when the Alliance had you locked up.
Relieved of duty. It was complicated.
I'm sure it was. I'm surprised they didn't court-martial you. The Alliance isn't known for its flexibility.
Doesn't matter now.
Shepard, about Earth.
Countless people lost their lives within minutes. The Reapers are everything we feared.
They should have listened to you a long time ago. I'm sorry, Shepard.
What about you? What brings you here?
I need to talk to a few people. Like you. The Citadel is a good place to meet. For now. What's the Alliance's next move?
We have a plan. It's a long shot.
Not surprising. Shepard, there's something I wanted to mention.
What is it?
I haven't heard from my sister, Oriana, for a while. I'm getting worried.
Your sister?
Yes. I don't want to overreact, but... well, there's a lot going on.
I thought we made sure she was safe.
We did. It's probably nothing, but I just know my father is involved.
What happened?
I don't know. Everything I had in place to make sure she was safe went dark.
What do you need from me?
I appreciate the offer, Shepard, but you have your hands full. If I need a door or two kicked down, I know just who to call. But for now, I'll be fine.
Okay. I understand.
I have to figure this out.
You will. Have you had any run-ins with the elusive man?
Just once. He said it had been a pleasure to work with me, but he needed to contain the situation.
Contain the situation. Sounds final.
It nearly was. He doesn't take rejection well.
No, he doesn't. Why do you think your father was involved in Oriana's disappearance?
I kept careful tabs on my sister. I always knew where she was. For her to just vanish, it could only be him. After I hid her away, I still knew he'd stop at nothing to find her. She's all he has left. I have a hunch what happened, but I'll fill you in when I'm certain.
It's been a long time. What happened to you?
I've been in hiding. Being on the run from just about everyone isn't as glamorous as it sounds.
I didn't know.
It's all right. I knew there would be repercussions to walking away from Cerberus.
I imagine. You're a dangerous enemy.
I am.
If you're looking for a lead here, anyone associated with Cerberus will be hard to find.
No question. But I'm owed a few favors. Someone here will give me a tip on Oriana.
I've got to get back to it.
And I should get out of sight.
Be careful.
No promises.
Okay. Known associates.
Miranda Lawson is a high-ranking former Cerberus operative and a human biotic. Lawson headed Project Lazarus, the Cerberus operation that brought Commander Shepard back from the brink of death after the first Normandy was destroyed. Lawson is herself an example of the achievements possible through genetic engineering. She was created in 2150 through manipulation of her father's DNA. Her entire physical and mental composition was deliberately engineered, including a longer lifespan and a superior immune system. Lawson accompanied Commander Shepard on the maiden voyage of the Normandy SR-2 and was part of the crew responsible for the defeat of the Collectors. She has since left Cerberus. Her current whereabouts are unknown.
Well, we know now. Okay. Real quick, I'm just going to check on some of the people that we haven't talked to. Where does this go? Ah, the lab.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
Sure, what was it? Citadel, embassies. Yeah, we need Udina really quick.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Just to make sure they don't have any more dialogue, or there's nobody else that I missed talking to.
Shepard?
Let's see. Okay.
I'll be here.
Nothing there. Just because I believe for right now this is it for the Citadel. We need to go and get a lot of stuff from places and then come back.
Colonies across the galaxy from Halavan and Earth. The invading force appears to be the same that attacked those planets.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
Okay, so just the hospital.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Coming by again, Shepard? I'm flattered.
I'm back on the Normandy on an important mission. Sure could use you.
I would not be as I was before. I need daily medical.
Okay,
and if
I
I know
think
you will want to fight the Reapers somehow.
You don't have to wrestle down Krogan and break their necks. I'm sure.
I am at peace. It is not your time.
Okay.
I wish the best for you.
And I for you. Perhaps we will keep.
Hello again, Commander. Here to see our patient?
How's Ashley doing?
Stable. There's no evidence of cognitive impairment from the concussion, but multiple shoulder fractures are still on the mend. Bed rest under observation is all that's needed now. I'm sure a visit would be welcomed.
This war has left a lot of injured people homeless. How's your center handling the extra load?
We're fine now, but I'm worried. Every hospital on the Citadel.
Okay,
I
so
hear
we
the
have
docks are
gone through
tightly
this.
controlled, but we just can't.
Keep up the good work.
You too.
We were deployed to Tiptree. It's a small human colony. We were supposed to help with evac. The enemy was landing. Just scouts, the Turian things, a few of the big ones. We were spread over half the continent, getting colonists to shuttles, wiping out husks.
It sounds like you were doing good work.
Could I have a gun? I'd feel a lot better.
Just tell me what happened at Tiptree.
I came in on the gun part last time. I didn't hear the first part of it.
I overheard you talking. Grissom Academy is gone. But I found this while I was there.
What is this? Yes, these are tailored to human physiology, but with a few alterations, they should work for the Asari as well. This is exactly what I needed. Thank you. Tell Matriarch Athena that our huntresses should have the upgrades waiting for them on their next shore leave. No, they were very easy to scale. The humans made some amazing breakthroughs.
Hey, Shepard.
Just checking in.
Anytime.
I should get back to it. Take care of yourself.
You too, Shepard.
Listen to me, those prototypes are vital. We need these biotic upgrades to fight the Reapers. I know leaving our frontier isn't safe.
Okay, I need surgery, but when can I get back to the front?
You're not.
What?
You have extensive nerve damage. Once we remove the
Alright, that's it. Let's get back to the Normandy.
Welcome to Serta.
Might as well.
Thank you for shopping.
The Alliance military has abandoned the Hades Gamma cluster to incoming Reaper.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select. One moment, please.
Okay, it's crazy. I pretty much spent an entire video on the Citadel again.
Commander? Commander?
Omega, it's time. From Arya to Loke, subject, it's time. Shepard, I'm ready to discuss that pet project I mentioned when we spoke in Purgatory. Come to Dock 42 on the Citadel. A Batarian named Bray will be waiting. I'm pretty sure we did that. No, okay. A private meeting, find her at Dock 42 of the Citadel. Oh shit. I guess let's do that really quick.
Are you Bray?
The great Commander Shepard. That meeting without my autograph book.
Save it. Just take me to Arya.
Follow me.
So where is she?
Shepard.
Arya. How dramatic.
There are too many eyes and ears in Purgatory.
I assume this is about retaking Omega?
This is about your war, Shepard. Cerberus controlling the Terminus system seriously bolsters their mobility. Since taking Omega, they've spread through the galaxy. Surely the Alliance has noticed.
Cut to the chase. What's your plan?
Kick them out. I've amassed a fleet of merc ships. We're going to punch through enemy lines and invade. Once we're on Omega, it's a ground war. That's why I want you. I only accept the best. The leader of the Cerberus occupation is General Oleg Petrovsky. He's the one who ousted me.
Don't know him.
The elusive man's top military strategist and best kept secret. But all you really need to know is that he's a merciless bastard.
What's your intel on the occupation?
Petrovsky's army is massive and he's got Omega locked tight. The information stops there.
So you're winging it?
Not at all. There are secrets on Omega only I know. Secrets that will provide us a foothold. I can tell you this. Petrovsky's invasion was precise and ruthless. He'll stop at nothing to win.
Sounds familiar.
Shepard, I know my reputation. I know I'm hated. I ruled Omega with an iron fist. But the people were free. Their lives were theirs. I preserved that. This man took all that away, and he is going to pay. When Omega is mine again, I'll give you everything. I've got ships, mercs, Ezo, all yours for the war.
What's the catch?
I have objections to some of the company you keep. So you'll have to leave the Normandy and its crew behind.
My crew are professionals.
Let's just say, I want you all to myself. Bray will provide coordinates to my fleet. Oh, and while we're still in the Citadel, please be discreet.
The fleet is hidden in this system. Signal me when you're on your way. Arya and I will meet you on the command ship. Can't wait to see what all the fuss is about.
Hope I didn't just get into something huge. Okay.
Commander?
Okay. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. That's over there. I'm still not super familiar with the layout, unfortunately. I want to see about some of those upgrades we got. Let's see, a few mods for the SMG. Stability damper increases weapon stability. It's actually pretty good about that. No, I don't need that. Okay. Highlights them through smoke. Pretty cool. Let's try it. High velocity allows bullets to pierce 0.25 meter thick objects. New. So what did we get? Katana, which is pretty much better in every way. Oh, this is the Eviscerator, which is worse. No, wait. Okay, its damage is better. Accuracy is slightly better, but the capacity and fire rate are horrible. So our scimitar is still better. Increases headshot lethality. Hell yeah. Alright. Omega reclaimed Omega secrets. Aria to Loke. Cerberus occupation of Omega. The elusive man's plan to capture Omega was elegantly wrought. Experimental specimens called adjutants escaped from a Cerberus facility beyond the Omega-4 mass relay, took command of a Cerberus convoy, and arrived on Omega to wreak havoc. With more adjustments incoming, Cerberus reached out to Aria to Loke, claiming it needed her help to stop its wayward test subjects. Reluctantly offering her own forces in an alliance, Aria joined Cerberus's General Oleg Petrovsky aboard his ship to oversee the battle. When the adjustments overran... adjutants overran... Oh, shit. Oh. Overran the Cerberus Omega fleet, Petrovsky and Aria escaped through the Omega-4 relay. However, Petrovsky's subordinate, Colonel Raymond Ash, had remained behind in Omega on Omega to take control of the station's defenses while Cerberus reinforcements approached. Announcing that it was protecting the galaxy from the adjutant threat, Cerberus seized Omega, giving the elusive man full control of the Omega-4 relay and the space beyond. Without Arya to keep them in line, and various criminal and mercenary factions on the station erupted, fighting both Cerberus ground troops and each other. Meanwhile, Arya was taken captive by General Petrovsky, realizing that the adjutants had simply been a ruse to capture Omega. Arya managed to escape back to Omega, slipping away into its underbelly to organize a resistance force. Eventually, Petrovsky ordered the Cerberus forces to evacuate the station, but this was yet another ruse, with time to lure Arya out of the hiding. With his troops out of harm's way, Petrovsky summoned a massive Cerberus fleet and presented Arya with an ultimatum: leave Omega or lose it. Petrovsky threatened to destroy the station rather than lose control, and with no alternative, Arya left, vowing she would return to claim Omega and take her revenge. Cerberus, General Oleg Petrovsky. Military strategist and classical scholar, General Oleg Petrovsky is one of the elusive man's most respected operatives. As a corporal in the First Contact War, Petrovsky was forced to take command of his unit and proved his tactical brilliance by holding off repeated Turian attacks for weeks. The war ended before his position was overrun, but not before Petrovsky had witnessed firsthand the brutality of the Turian war machine. Despite being praised and promoted for his bravery, Petrovsky eventually found more common ground with Cerberus than the Alliance military. Since leading the campaign to seize Omega, Petrovsky has proven to be a capable and firm administrator who is focused on containing or eliminating unstable elements before they threaten Cerberus's occupation of the station. Okay. Real quick. I want to see my fish. Look. Even though I have that automatic fish feeder, I just fed them, so. Don't die, fish. Oh yeah, we got the Citadel, so 1, 2, 3. Looks like 4 more left. Alright. So when we come back, we have... not squad. We have a lot of stuff. Wow. So obviously we have all these Citadel things. Okay, so Omega, Leviathan, and Citadel, I believe, are all DLCs. I believe. Oh, look at that. We can rendezvous with Arya's fleet right away. Let's look at this. So, meet with diplomats over here. Protean artifacts. Artifacts. Scan for Dr. Garnu. That's another big one. Oh, that's right. We have a bunch of places we can scan for him. Cerberus Lab. Dr. Garnu. Okay, so because I think Rendezvous with Arya's fleet is a DLC, or I believe it's a DLC. I want to get some of these really small ones out the way. So you have Indris and Valar, where we can scan for artifacts. I believe... Do we read these plans? See, this is the thing that sucks now. I don't know if I've read some of these. I don't think I have, but we're gonna go ahead and end it here. When we come back, we're gonna go ahead. I guess we'll read through these planets, because I don't think I have... Let's see, 1, 2, 3... There's a lot of planets, so... Then we're gonna go ahead and go to Volar to find artifacts, and then Indris to scan for Dr. Garnu. So, hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great day, and I'll see you. Bye.